how competitive are degree apprenticeships? Easy answer is very. Okay, 93% of applicants say that the toughest part of getting into a degree apprenticeship is the competition. Okay, there's going to be so many people applying to the role you want, whatever that is, Amazon, JLR, KPMG, JP Morgan, HSBC. Have a think about the degree apprenticeship you want to get into. There are going to be so many people competing with you, trying to beat you to try and get that degree apprenticeship instead of you. Let's get into some specific figures. Okay, so Waits, they're an engineering company. This is their applications to admissions ratio, 27-1. That means for one place which is available at the company, so one apprenticeship, there are 27 people applying to that exact same position. What that means is it's the top 4% of candidates that get in. You have to be in the top 4%. If you're in the top 10%, if you're okay, if you're pretty good, you're not going to get in. You have to be in the top 4% of candidates to get into this apprenticeship. Let me give you another example, JLR. So JLR is one of the most popular engineering degree apprenticeships. This specific one, they do digital and technology solutions. 29 applications per one place this year for 2024. What that means is to get an offer from JLR, you need to be in the top 3% of candidates. Okay, and these are the sort of percentages you can get in the engineering technology industries. Once you go to the finance industry and look at those degree apprenticeships, these percentages can absolutely skyrocket. Okay, JP Morgan, their technology and financial services degree apprenticeships, they can have applications to admissions ratio of up to 143-1. Honestly, just think about that for a second. That means for one degree apprenticeship place that is available, one position that is available, there are going to be 142 other people applying who you have to beat. Okay, you have to be the best out of 143. If even one person beats you, they're getting the job, not you. Okay, what that translates to is top 0.7% of candidates you need to be. Okay, so that's a quantitative, is that the right word? Quantitative analysis of degree apprenticeships. This is how competitive they are. It's not a case you have to be pretty good, top 10%. It is literally top 4%, top 3%, top 2%, top 1% of candidates that you need to be to get into some of these high-paying degree apprenticeships. So why are degree apprenticeships so competitive then? Let's just think about that for a second. Well, I think you need to look at the degree apprenticeship package and actually understand how ridiculous the degree apprenticeship package is. Let's just take a step back, look at it from a third-person perspective. With a degree apprenticeship, you can be 18 years old, working for a huge company, like one of the biggest in the UK, like Amazon, Accenture, AstraZeneca, IBM, right? Capgemini. You can be earning up to £30,000, can be even £33,000 at high-paying companies like Amazon. You get a free degree, which means you're not going to get into debt. Average university student gets into about £45,000 of debt. You're going to have none of that. And you can also get a degree from a Russell Group university. It doesn't have to be from some rubbish training provider or college. There are universities like Warwick, Exeter, Queen Mary that do degree apprenticeships. And on top of that, you can still have a good life as well. There's a sort of a misconception of degree apprenticeship that you can have a bad social life, no friends, all of that stuff. It's not true at all. You can make loads of friends at university. You can still meet your old friends. You got your salary that can be up to £30,000 to pay for it all. So really, a degree apprenticeship is a ridiculous package, and it's kind of insane that we're even allowed to do it, right? But that is why these degree apprenticeships are so competitive, because it is such a good package. More and more people are starting to see this is such a good route. Okay, and on top of that, degree apprenticeships are still quite a new thing. So degree apprenticeships started in about 2015. That's about 9 years ago. In the scale of the universe, that's actually very recent. So it's still not many places which are available. So most companies only take on 1 to 10 degree apprentices. Okay, most university classes for degree apprenticeships, it's going to be 30 people max. If you compare that to a traditional university, where universities literally take on hundreds and thousands of people per year for each intake, degree apprenticeships, it's going to be a couple of dozen per university. There's really not that many places, which basically means when you have such a big demand for it, because there's so many people interested in degree apprenticeships, but a short supply, because there's only a few roles available, it means there's huge competition like we can see here right now. So that's the reason why degree apprenticeships are so competitive compared to something like university, which is much, much easier to get into. So part 3, what does the future look like? Is this going to get better anytime soon, or is this going to get worse? Well, the answer is the competition is going to get worse. Okay, you can see this graph. This is interest in degree apprenticeships over time. It's just going up and up and up and up and up. As more and more people are hearing about degree apprenticeships, the message is being spread, more and more people are looking at it and being like, this is a no-brainer. Shall I go to university, get in loads of debt, do a syllabus that's not even relevant, struggle to get a graduate job at the end, or do I do a degree apprenticeship where I can get paid, get a free degree, work experience, guaranteed job? More and more people are being like, this is a no-brainer. Okay, at schools a couple of years ago and even last year, not too many schools did anything about degree apprenticeships. You were sort of on your own, but now more and more schools are starting to like mention to students, help students with degree apprenticeships, which just means more and more people are coming to this degree apprenticeship route and they're becoming aware of them. So this graph is just going to go higher and higher and higher. So these competition figures, which I mentioned earlier, being in the top 4%, top 3%, top 2%, you can just expect those to go up as the years progress. Top 1%, top 0.5%, degree apprenticeships are going to get even more competitive. So what can you do about it? Okay, and this is the key part of the video, right? There's really two things you can do to battle this competition if you want to get into a degree apprenticeship, get into one of the high-paying degree apprenticeships that you're interested in. There's two things you can do. The first one is become a super attractive candidate. Okay, so you want to look something like... I'm joking. I don't mean attractive like that. I mean attractive in terms of work experience, skills. What achievements have you done? Would you be a good fit for the role? Okay, that's what you want to do, because when these recruiters are looking for who they want in their degree apprenticeship, at the end of the day, it's a job. They want someone who's going to do a good job. Okay, so that's the first thing you can do, become a super attractive candidate. And the second thing is ace the application process. Okay, these are the stages of the application process that you're going to have to go through to get into a degree apprenticeship. It can differ between companies, but it's usually some sort of variation of these. You're going to have to submit some CV, cover letter, application questions. Then there's some intermediate stages like online testing, psychometric testing, and a video interview. Then usually it ends with an assessment centre, real interview, group exercise, presentation task, case study, networking event. Okay, and the truth is, you can be a super attractive candidate, but if you can't do interviews, if you can't work well with a team on the group exercise, if you can't do a presentation, if you can't write a good CV, then you're not going to get the job. So it's like you need both. It's the same with like acing the application process. You can be super good at interviews, super good at presentations and all this sort of thing. But if you've got no experience to back you up, if you've got no skills, if you're not even a good candidate, you're just a good talker, you're not going to get the job. Okay, so you need both of these. Both of these are key for getting into a degree apprenticeship. Okay, so let me just quickly introduce myself. My name's Owen. I'm a degree apprentice and I help people get degree apprenticeships in the engineering, technology and finance industries. Last year, I helped a whole bunch of people get offers from companies like Amazon, HSBC, Rolls-Royce, KPMG, just to name a few. And I do have a program, by the way, to help people get into these high-paying degree apprenticeships, and you can register your interest at the link in the description. So, one final thing I want to talk about in this video then. Key question that you need to ask yourself, okay, if you've got this far in the video, well done for that. What is your constraint? Okay, let's have a think about these two things here. Number one, becoming a super attractive candidate. And two, acing the application process. What is your constraint? Okay, so if you think about yourself right now, do you have a lot of experience behind your back? Okay, do you have a lot of skills? Okay, are you like the kind of candidate who a company would want working for them? Okay, if not, this is going to be your constraint. Or is your constraint acing the application process? You don't really know how to do the application process. You've never made a CV before. Okay, you've never written a cover letter before. You're not good in interviews. You're not good in presentations. You don't know how to work as a team during a group exercise. Maybe then that's your constraint. Because just have a think about this for 1 second and then I'll tell you what you need to do. Is your constraint number one, being a good candidate who's got lots of experience and looks like they'd be a good fit for the role? Or is it number two, actually acing the application process, getting through the interviews and that sort of thing? Which one is it, one or two? Okay, and then I want you to do this. Depending on which constraint it is, I want you to click the video on the left or the right. So if you need help in becoming a super attractive candidate, come and click this video on the left. And if you want help acing the application process, click this video on the right. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.